Hey everybody, Chris here from O'Reilly Auto Parts to show you how to change the strut assemblies on a 2008 to 2012 Ford Escape. Before I get into that, take a second to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any of our new content. Today I'll be working on this 2008 Escape XLT, and procedures will be similar on this model from 2008 to 2012. But be sure to know the specifics for your vehicle before getting started. If you're not completely comfortable doing this yourself, we'd be happy to recommend a professional technician in your area. Once you've got your supplies together, here's what you'll do. Park on a level surface. Loosen the lug nuts on the front wheels with a socket. Chock the tires. Jack up the front end and put it on stands. Remove the lug nuts and take off the wheels. Now is a good time to spray the nuts that will need to be removed with Rust Penetrant. This includes opening the hood and spraying the 4 upper bushing nuts. Now use your floor jack under the control arm of the side where you'll be working first to lift the vehicle slightly. Use your flathead screwdriver to pry off the brake hose clip. Then remove the ABS wheel speed sensor harness bolt with a 10mm socket. Use a 5mm Allen wrench to secure the stud, and loosen the nut with a 14mm wrench. Apply penetrant as needed until the nut is removed. Once the nut is removed, the stud can be slipped out. Now you'll use an 18mm socket and breaker bar, securing the bolt with a wrench. Once the nuts are removed, use a hammer and punch to start the bolts out if needed, and lower the floor jack. Leave the bottom bolts in place for now. Back in the engine bay, use a 14mm socket to remove the 4 upper bushing nuts. Be sure not to remove the center nut. Now remove the bottom bolts completely. You should be able to remove the strut assembly from the wheel well. Compare the new strut assembly to the old one to make sure you've got the right part. Check the mounting surfaces and clean with a wire brush or rag if needed. Position the new assembly in the wheel well, making sure the bracket at the bottom is toward the outside of the vehicle. Once in place, thread the upper bushing nuts to keep the assembly in place, but don't torque them yet. Install the 2 strut-to-knuckle bolts and nuts at the bottom of the assembly. Use your floor jack under the control arm to lift the vehicle off the stands and put the weight of the vehicle on the suspension. Use a torque wrench and 14mm socket to tighten the upper bushing nuts to 30 foot-pounds. And use your 18mm socket with a wrench securing the bolts to torque the bottom nuts to 85 foot-pounds. Lower the vehicle onto the jack stands. Reinstall the nut securing the stabilizer bar link and torque it to 46 foot-pounds. Now install the ABS wheel speed sensor harness bolt and tighten it to 11 foot-pounds. Reinstall the brake hose clip back into place. Except in unusual circumstances, it's recommended you change strut assemblies in pairs. So remove the floor jack and repeat these steps on the other side. Put the wheels back in place and hand tighten the lug nuts, making sure the wheels are seated flush against the hubs. Lower your vehicle and remove the chocks. Use a torque wrench to tighten the lug nuts in a star pattern to 100 foot-pounds. And that's it. You'll find everything that you need for this and other jobs at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com. Our DIY videos are designed to help answer questions we get in our stores every day. If you found this one helpful, subscribe to our channel to get all the latest. We'll see you again soon.